When we are differentiating, we have to keep in mind the power rule, the product rule when there's products, and chain rule when there's embedded functions. So first thing I'm going to do for this one is, since we have base 2 log, it's probably easiest to convert this into base e log to start. So I get y equals, okay, so it's going to be log 2 over log cos x. Okay, and then I've got my x cubed minus 4x squared. So I'm going to have the quotient rule here and the chain rule involved. So I have to be careful while I'm doing this. The log 2 is a coefficient, so I can just leave that on the outside when I differentiate. So when I differentiate, I'm going to have my log 2. I'm just going to keep that on the outside. And then I'm going to differentiate this expression using the quotient rule and chain rule. So I end up with 3x squared minus 8x. Okay, so I multiply that, and then maybe I'll color code this here. I'm going to multiply that by the derivative of the denominator. So this ends up being 1 over cosine, oops, I don't differentiate by the denominator here. I'm going to multiply that by the denominator. So log cosine x, and then minus, so this is my quotient rule. I don't differentiate the numerator, so I end up with x cubed minus 4x squared, and then differentiating the denominator, I get 1 over cosine x, and then applying the chain rule, I'm going to multiply the derivative of the cosine x to get negative sine x. And then the denominator, this expression, the whole thing gets squared. Okay, so it looks like there's not too many common factors. There are no common factors here, so all I need to do is kind of clean this up. So I have my log 2 factor. I'm going to end up with, I'm going to keep this in factored form, I think. So 3x squared minus 8x times log of cos x. Okay, and then minus x cubed minus 4x squared. That's going to be a negative tan, so times all that by positive tan x and change that negative to positive. So basically, those two negatives together give me this plus here. Okay, so that's just cleaning up my signs a little bit. And then in the denominator, I end up with log of cosine x, and that's all squared. Okay, and there are no common factors here that I can simplify out with, so I'm just going to leave it like that. So even if I expand those brackets out on the inside, there are no like terms that I could really group together. Okay.